Today I'm reviewing Sniper Elite 5 and all of its game modes. I have well over 100 hours played on the game, soloed authentic, played all the game modes. Only thing I don't have is max rank in all the other game modes, but I have played them a decent amount, enough time to actually get a good feel for the modes. So I want to start this review by saying there was a couple of bugs that were highly annoying at launch. One, not being able to fire or reload your gun, which would happen occasionally, and another one where you would load your save file and it would just crash and take you back to the dashboard, and also occasional disconnect issues. All these were completely 100% patched within 72 hours of launch, so I give huge props to Rebellion for fixing the biggest issues on their game very quickly. Very few games actually fix their biggest issues right away or solve anything within the first week of launch. You got your day one patch, all the issues they already knew about, but the ones they really weren't aware about and only reported to them after launch, generally companies are slow to fix them. So props to them. Within 72 hours, they had a hot fix, 100% fixing both of the biggest issues on the game. The first mode I'll be covering is Campaign. Surely some people do buy Sniper Elite purely for PvP, but most buy it for the campaign. And the campaign is done very well once again. Sniper Elite 5 is that close to mid-range engagement once again. They brought it back to that. There's not too many 300-meter shots you have to land. There's very little 200-meter plus shots you have to land. The engagements are mostly from 50 meters to about 150 meters, with the occasional 200-meter plus shot that you'll want to land. The game offers you 10 campaign missions plus one DLC mission to start. Granted, one of the campaign missions is incredibly short, but the other 9, if you include the side objectives, they're all going to take you over an hour to complete on your first attempt. So that's like 10 hours there, and if you want to do all the side objectives and do all the challenges and unlock stuff, then you're looking at like a good solid 25 hours plus on the campaign. By the way, that 25-hour estimate of gameplay is for the more casual players, anyone going for all medals, everything, and starting out on like a medium difficulty and then going to a harder difficulty. Those players are probably going to be looking at 40 to 50 hours of gameplay on the campaign alone. So talking about difficulty, let's jump into that. The AI difficulty, say you put it on very easy, they're going to be very slow to be alerted, but you can't run right in front of them either, like really close to them. And they're going to be a little bit less aggressive in their shots and trying to flank you. On the hardest difficulties, if they can see you, they're immediately alerted, they're shooting at you, they're highly aggressive, they will chase you around the map for a good clip, and they don't really miss. So it can be really fun to play on the hardest difficulty. Also, you get no HUD for the hardest difficulty, which is really fun. Especially since you don't need to land those 700-meter shots in this game. You're generally only taking those 50 to 200-meter shots, so no HUD really isn't a problem. The graphics in campaign and across all game modes is about a solid 7.5 to 8. Nothing crazy, but still very good. Lastly, for campaign, we're going to talk about the weapons, and the biggest change in Sniper Elite, or if you're new to the series, the semi-automatic rifles in this game are the most powerful that they've ever been. I also do feel that they did slightly nerf the one-shot kill ability on the bolt actions when properly modded. They used to seem to get a little bit more one-shot kills regardless of where you put it on the body. Generally, the most powerful bolt action rifles in the game, and there was always like 2 of them, and there is again, those rifles would basically always get the one-shot kill. Even on the heavy armored dudes, you were looking at like 2 shots. But in this game, it seems to definitely have a reduced ability to one-shot kill. Still very strong, just a reduced ability. Also, it might just be my gut feeling, but I definitely feel like they buffed the SMGs in this game. The Type 100 is really beast. The MP Pistol 44 is really beast. Now, a lot of players in multiplayer are running around with the MP40, but I still feel the Type 100 is best. And let's actually talk about multiplayer. When playing multiplayer, there are a lot of players just running around with the SMGs. Over half the kills in any multiplayer match, if you're not in a private lobby where the rules are only use sniper, you're going to find a lot more SMG kills than you will sniper kills, or people running around using predominantly the sniper and the SMG just for close engagements when somebody comes up on them or to swap too quickly. Most players are running around with either the MP40, MP44, or the Type 100. That is pretty much what multiplayer is. The maps are pretty good. They're also like a 7.5. They're fun to play. Just if you play it, expect more of an SMG running gun than everybody using snipers and straight out sniper battles, because you just won't find that in a public lobby. Next up, we have survival mode, which is a very fun mode to play, but you will need a group. Even on games like Zombie Army, I could solo brutal mode in Horde. In this game, I couldn't solo very easy mode on survival. There's no place to take cover. Enemies are just going to keep flooding you wave after wave. You'll get more enemies. You'll get like 6-10 enemies at a time, and even on very easy, if you get 6 people shooting at you, you're going down. So you really do need a team, one player looking one way, everybody taking their own lane and mowing them down. When one player gets overrun on like medium plus, it can get hectic. Survival mode is really fun. You got 4 bases, and if one gets overrun, then you go to the next one. Every wave, increasingly up to 10, gives you more and more enemies. It is actually really fun to play, especially if you got a group of friends. And even if not, right now there is matchmaking in the game, so if you're looking to find a lobby, finding a game in survival mode is not a problem. Lastly, we'll be talking about Axis Invasion. Yes, I know I skipped over co-op campaign. Co-op campaign is just playing campaign with a friend, so everything I talked about campaign applies to co-op campaign. You just play as 2 players, and if one goes down, you have to revive them, or if an Axis Invasion dude downs one of them, you have to kill the Axis Invasion dude or you will lose. So let's talk about Axis Invasion. Axis Invasion allows you to invade somebody playing the campaign that has their Axis Invasion on. Your goal in Axis Invasion is, as a Sniper Jaguar, or however you pronounce that, is to kill the person playing the campaign mode, or if they're playing co-op, you have to kill one of them and then either kill the other one or survive for 5 minutes if they don't come and try to kill you or you can't find them. Now, for 5 minutes in Axis Invasion, you can't get an alert of where they are, and these maps are huge. So Axis Invasion is not always a quick game. I've noticed like about 20% of my invasions, the host just ended it. About another 20%, they were very non-combatant and tried to avoid me as much as possible. Some got kicked for camping. So the mode is fun to play. The problem with it is sometimes you can go waste like 5 minutes and not even have the battle. So that part kind of sucked a little bit. I do like the mode. I like the idea of it. I just wish there was more of an agreement that the person definitely wanted to fight. Like, I feel like a lot of players have Axis Invasion on, but just don't want to fight the invaders, so why do you have it on? I just wish the timer was a little bit lower than 5 minutes. Like, for how big the maps are, if you're going to be doing it, like, maybe 2 minutes would be a lot more reasonable. I feel like if the timer was 2 minutes, I'd like the mode a lot more than I do. At the moment, I probably put the mode around a 5, just because of how many people just end the match or don't fight, or how long it takes to actually find them, because you're running one way then you're running the other. Like, you have no idea where they are, and the maps are huge. You can look for the dead bodies, hear the alerts, but sometimes, it takes 5 minutes to find them, especially if they're not trying to be found, which a lot of them are as well. So, I don't know. Personally, I'm not in love with Axis Invasions. If they had a 2-minute cooldown on the timer on the phone, I would like it a lot more. Overall, I give Sniper Elite probably about an 8.25. Solid 8, 8.25. Game, once again, has basically no bugs. It had a little bit at day one, but 72 hours in fixed. Rebellion, once again, very good game. And if Rebellion is listening, you'll start publicizing your games and letting people know that you're actually releasing them, because this company makes very good games and always gets sales and player base that is not worthy of the quality of the game. And it's really sad that they don't spend a little bit of money actually advertising their games, because their games are actually really good. And that is my review of Sniper Elite 5. I hope that helps.